The Republican Party just swept the 2024 general election, appointing Donald Trump President of the United States of America. And his supporters seem utterly befuddled as to why we can't just all get along. Why are Democrats so angry? I mean, the name calling. Racist. A Republican. Did you know Abraham Lincoln was a Republican and he abolished slavery? Yes, I did know that! And I don't want to be angry. I like to learn and understand different points of view. So how did the Republican Party go from abolishing slavery in 1864 to being accused of racism in 2024? Well, there was a flip. Let's take it back to 1850. Me? I don't. Sorry, she doesn't speak yet. The northern economy was industrial. There were factory workers, factory owners, and investors. The Republican Party wanted to abolish slavery, make money, tax the South, make money, and to control the federal government, to make more money. The southern economy was agricultural. We had enslaved African Americans, white men who owned the slaves, and farmers. The Democratic Party wanted to enslave African Americans, make money, go to church, make money, and reject anyone that threatened how we provide for our families. Both parties wanted to expand the United States to the west, but could not agree whether slavery should be legal in the new states. And us northern Republicans were getting kind of annoyed. We outlawed slavery like 50 years ago and have since advanced our economy through much more ethical and profitable means. Although I'm not sure if it was factory workers who actually thought that or if they were just brainwashed to think, oh, don't bite the hand that feeds you. This could be you one day. And we're really like, I will bite that shit right off and you see how easy it is to count money with no fucking hands. You know what I mean? Obviously, we should be in charge of the new territories. But we were being usurped by these guys who hadn't advanced their business model beyond the use of slave labor. I know. They just aren't very smart. Oh. Now you're gonna insult my intelligence and take my property? Well, you don't know how to run a business, you only know how to own slaves. So I don't even think you pay enough in taxes to have an opinion. Well, if the United States government doesn't agree with me, I'll start my own government where I can do whatever I want. States' rights, lower taxes, I said it! And Lincoln was sworn into office in 1861. The Confederacy formed and started the Civil War. The North won, Republicans controlled Congress, and Lincoln abolished slavery. And then he was shot and killed, and the states from the defeated Confederacy had to come crawling back to the federal government because fucking Republicans just freed our entire economic structure! What do you want us to do? Sign here. And here. Initial here. And here. And here. And here. And here. For 10 years, we focused on Reconstruction. We passed the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment, which only attempted to give black men equal protection under the Constitution and voting rights. And there were even some African American men leading the Republican Party in southern states. And after 10 years of granting rights to those who were once enslaved, please, make it stop. It's too radical. Yeah, you're right. We took it too far. And honestly, this isn't even benefiting us anymore. I do not want to die on this hill again. Because Northerners made a lot of money off of government spending during the Civil War. And it's not a conspiracy. Just watch War Dogs. And it wasn't exactly humble factory workers being represented in the federal government. It was big business, Wall Street hotshots using the Republican Party to draft federal legislation that lined their pockets. You gotta think big to be big. And in a country with more white voters than black voters, who are you really helping out with all this equality? Eh? I've been trying to tell you. Okay, you're paying your taxes on less property, eh? Okay, sorry, too soon? All right, Yeah, you can be a part of the union again. But tighten the shit up on the KKK.
No, yeah. I couldn't hear you out of the slits I cut in the sheet for my eyes, but you look white, so sounds great.
The Republican Party completely abandoned Reconstruction. The South was devastated. The Democratic Party became the white man's party, and only about 3 to 5% of the Southern population actually owned land. And those same people who owned land controlled the government of those states. Yeah, it's much easier to just focus on my state and my party. Because I don't think I'm good at expansion or progress. I'm just good at profiting off of racism. I know. I think I'm just gonna go focus on that for a while.
I hate them because I could never afford them. And they're much better at stuff I shouldn't have to do. The Confederacy is my heritage. We wanted something that they said we couldn't have, and we did not go down without a fight.
Okay, just keep it to a minimum and out of my face. I mean, I can't keep wasting my time with civil rights activism, but you guys get so weird. It got very ugly.
Loving the 13th Amendment, by the way. That loophole with breaking the law.
Do what you want. We've done enough charity.
And I've got piles of money to organize. And we've got a criminal justice system to worry about.
Fast forward to the roaring 20s. We are fucking killing it.
And then the stock market crashed. I don't know what happened. There was booze, and there was guns and girls and dancing.
It just happened. Everyone kept buying things, and the banks kept giving everyone money, and credit seemed like a good thing. We didn't want to tell them what to do.
There was so much money.
And everyone loved buying anything. Women will buy anything.
Did you have an awesome time? Did you drink awesome shooters and listen to awesome music and just sit around and soak up each other's awesomeness?
I mean, yeah. But they bailed out the banks and donated to charity. And the people went in a different direction the next election. And the Democratic Party got real comfortable in the federal government. Did very little to nothing to help people of color. They stabilized the economy. No. Created unions.
Still no. Still no.
Implemented tax regulations.
Still no. Still no.
How does the New Deal sound? Sounds like I'm starting to fucking hate the federal government. 1940s. Okay, we'll stop here, but still no. They actually moved prisoners out of the South into northern and western regions to work on war production for World War II. Enter the 50s with the invention of television! What have you done? What I'm good at. And you said, keep it to a minimum. I took that as up to my discretion. And he said, keep it out of your face. We did that. Blame the news media. You haven't learned any new skills. Do you have colleges? We have college. We have college football. We have college girls. And they like to cook and clean and look hot while they do it. Do you learn anything?
We learned that we are great. And we learned how to be great. And you goddamn Yankees didn't leave our families, and now we provide for our families alone. Oh my God. Yes. NAACP. Thank you. Okay, we see you. We hear you. We want to help. Okay, yeah. Okay, I have class today, tomorrow. I have class the rest of the week, but I think we could do a protest Wednesday night. Equality was again on the forefront of concern, and the South was not on board, as usual. If the United States government doesn't let us do what we want, then we will start our own governing party. We aren't starting governments anymore. That was way too much work. And we lost, and it's not what we're good at. And we need the federal government for funding. But just don't tell anyone. Remind me again real quick what we're good at. Being great. Going to church. Valuing tradition. Feeling good about ourselves.
And being very racist.
See that right there? I don't want to feel bad about it, and I don't like how hateful you are.
You can't honestly think.
Whose side are you on?
Well, I don't know, but someone just shot the fucking president. We're not really sure. But shortly after that, African Americans were given the right to vote. And now they'll vote for us!
I fucking hate Republicans. I fucking hate Democrats. I fucking hate government. I fucking hate...
But do you like to win?
I miss winning so much. But I don't know if there's an I in your team.
Well, there's an I in win. And when I shoot, we win. And while Reaganomics was working very well for white people in the North and the South, and the economy was booming, Black communities suffered from the crack epidemic, LGBTQ communities suffered from AIDS, and there was rampant homelessness. Who you helping out with all this equality anyway? Huh? So we brought in a sexual predator, because there's nothing a little misogyny can't do to unite the nation. And he actually inspired a whole generation of young voters, and entered a whole administration of young women.
And then we won the election without the popular vote for the first time in like 100 years.
And then we elected a Black president, and racism was over.
He will get nothing done.
Make him dance.
How could you possibly let this happen? It wasn't me. It was immigrants. A whole bunch of them.
Once we realized they were coming, we had a whole concept of a plan to close up the borders. But they voted for him. And now he's gonna let them stay and invite more.
They're taking your jobs too. All of them. All the jobs.
You said I was fired because you had to cut down on company cost and you couldn't afford me because I'm too good. We can't afford you. We can only afford illegal immigrants.
So because they don't value themselves and came into this country illegally, they get all the jobs?
And the Republican Party is your only hope. Please, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope. And they did.